We are
We
live.
are live, 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 live.
Here you go.
Yo, King's Court MMA. It's your guy Obusogi.
Yes, it's your guy Mardy.
Yo, we're back. UFC 319 fight week. It's getting me a bit hyped. I wish I had more time to take in all the content, but I'm excited. How are you feeling about how the week's been so far?
The week's been getting me just gradually more and more excited for what's going to be a huge card tomorrow night here, obviously in the UK. Obviously, probably
Yeah,
Sunday night, isn't it? Or Sunday morning, should I say? But
AM.
yeah,
Yeah,
AM early doors. But I'm looking forward to it for sure.
yeah. It's crazy. Obviously, we've done our preview show, so we won't go too much in terms of that, but we'll just talk quickly about kind of what we've seen this week. Um, I don't know if you saw the clip where Chimaev picked up picked up DC and spun him around. His feet came off the ground, did at least 2.5 turns. Man was moving like DC was just a little petite ballerina, just spinning his chick around. I was like, nah, for another man to do that to a man, let alone, an ex martial artist, an ex wrestler, I thought a violation zone.
Of the highest order, big time violations.
And then DC, when I rewatched, I was like, I swear DC spread his legs apart. So he's like,
He was going on for the ride. He loved it, man.
oh, it was a lot. It was a lot. But I was just watching before I jumped on watching the weigh-in show, and DC was saying,
Okay.
yo, he's strong. Like he didn't and then I think Weidman asked him, like, did you like jump up? Like, did you kind of help him out? He went, nah, that was all Khamzat's own strength. I was like,
Okay.
hey,
Okay. Okay.
because DC's in that
So
retirement life, so he could be 300 pounds, 300 pounds plus. Let's be honest.
yeah, 100%. Have you seen him? Man's looking rotund recently. Man, man, man's looking rotund. He's still got his muscular frame, but he's looking rotund, man.
And I was thinking Hamzat shouldn't. I was thinking Hamzat, if you're doing that and you're not feeling any tweaks or because you're in. I would have been shocked if I was like Hamzat's coach, like yo, like don't overexert yourself. What if he pulled something? But for him
Yeah.
to do that and make it look easy, and DC's going, yeah, he made it look easy, and his strength is on another level. I was like, oh, oh, oh,
And it might be unassuming. Obviously, he's a big and he's a tall guy. But obviously, we were comparing him to DDP the other day. We're thinking DDP looks thicker, but obviously
mm,
that strength is probably more unassuming as you probably would meet as what meets the eye really.
yeah,
So this is gonna be an
very.
interesting one. It will be.
Very, very scary. And then obviously, I'll pull it out there, I'll pull it out there in the WhatsApp chat. I'm scared now about I was the preview. I was like, yo, Lerone, he's got this. He's just got to go
Mm.
out there, win, put a stamp on it. Yeah, I'm feeling scared. I even saw him on a Wayne show. He looked even. I think DC called him out and said, oh yeah, you obviously need to hydrate and eat quickly. I can see you've got like obviously DC's probably familiar with some of the weight cut after effects, but he was like, oh, I can see you've got the cold shakes. Like he looked like he had a cold or he was shivering whilst he was speaking to DC and the gang. He goes, oh yeah, you got the cold shakes, and I was like, whoa. Like what is that? I've never heard that, but he was struggling to get his words out. Obviously, he
Oh,
looked really
what?
gaunt even yesterday when they showed the embedded show, and obviously you told me
Yeah.
they'd landed like 48 hours ago, and I was panicking, thinking, did he just land yesterday? I was like, what the heck?
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm very very nervous. Plus, I've been watching a lot of Aaron Pico highlights lately.
He looks good. Aaron Pico looks good. Like he's no slouch. And it's funny because a lot of the people that are I don't want to say casuals, but there are people that are just UFC focused MMA fans. They don't know about Aaron Pico. And Aaron Pico has been showing the highest levels in Bellator and obviously in PFL as well. Like he's a real threat. He is a real threat, despite obviously the history of some of these guys moving over from PFL into the UFC. But he's one of the better ones for sure.
And he's got hands. I mean, I was looking in this with history, and they're talking about like golden glove championships, and I was like, hold on, golden gloves. I was like, that's like I think in a certain part of the states, like when you're hitting golden glove level, you're like amateur stroke Olympic level hands. Like if
Oh,
you're partaking
see.
in that, you're a serious boxer. You know, you're not professional, but you could be professional. Basically, it's like that stepping stone. I was like, what?
Okay.
Pardon? What?
Okay, because that's what I want to see. I want to see them both striking. Obviously, I like the intricacies of the wrestling as well. That's
Mm,
Pico's base, but to see that he's got hands and because he has got some KOs as well. He has got some finishes. This brings an extra added spice to the fight. And I think you said it before, or you alluded to that. Obviously, the timing of when Lerone actually did get into Chicago. Yeah, it is quite tight. You know, DDP 3 weeks before, hasn't he? He's been there and he said that he's
yeah,
used that to acclimatize, making sure
yeah,
that he's in the best shape possible for the biggest fight of his career, you know? But again, it's a short notice fight for Lerone. He wanted to take it. He needs to take it. And hey, let's hope he rises to the challenge despite all of the struggles that seem to be on his side at the minute.
yeah. And even in the weighing collective, I think the consensus was that he just needs to win. I think Volk's come out, done a video breaking them both down. I loved it. I don't know if you've seen it or everyone else has seen it out there, but Volk you can see him biting his tongue because he doesn't want to give too much away in case he's got to fight one of them. So he's critiquing them, but at the same time, he's like, no, I don't, he even says it on camera at least 3 or 4 times. No, I don't want to say too much. I don't want to say too much. So it's, obviously he can see holes in both their games. But
Mhm.
whilst the noise is about, oh, it's going to be Pico, and everyone's asking Pico the questions about Volk, Volk is very much. I think he's like, if he got Pico, I think Volk's very confident he deals with him quite easily. Although he gives him
Okay.
credit in terms of being a hungry lion and having great hands. But when he's critiquing Lerone, you can see he rates Lerone a lot. He's like, even though in the highlights Lerone's not knocking heads out, he's
Mhm.
like, yo, Lerone's a problem, and Lerone's going to be a massive problem for Pico. And he actually picks Lerone to handle business, and says if he does that, he should be he's earned the right to fight Volk next. So Volk's putting it out there.
Hey, this is what we need. I like Volk because Volk doesn't shy away from no man, and he says it how it is. Despite, as you said, people saying that, oh, he doesn't get the highlight finishes. He's a snooze fest fighter. Volk knows he's a skillful fighter. He's a dangerous fighter, and that's interesting to say that he picks Lerone. Wow, interesting fight. So
Yeah.
are the weigh-ins, are they happening right this moment in time? Because I've not seen any like results yet. Some of the weigh-ins.
Yeah, pretty much wrapped up. Everyone came out super fast, and then I think with
Okay.
about 7 minutes to go of the show, they started getting nervous because DDP hadn't weighed in, and I was like, "What?" Because I missed the beginning, and I thought, "Pardon?" And then DDP
Hmm.
got down with about 5 minutes to go, but made it look easy. There was no concern, anything like that. I think
Okay.
whilst I was watching, the curtain came out about 4 or 5 times. There's a lot of curtain action where people needed to make weight with that curtain assistance, which I thought was they were saying that might be a record, which is a bit
Wow.
crazy. But that also might have something to do with the fact that I don't know. People have got. I think Lerone was fine, but
Okay.
people have got to Chicago quite late potentially. I don't know. I'm just speculating, but yeah. MVP, I think he made weight fine. Cannonier, oh my gosh, Cannonier made weight, and yeah, DC just needed to be quiet. He was like, "Oh yeah, man, at 41 years old, you need to, and with a body like that, you need to get the oil on him. He needs to be oiled. He just needs, he needs to be oiled
Pause.
up."
Pause.
Like,
Big pause.
if I
He
was
looks
him,
like
I'd be,
gorilla.
I'd have oil everywhere. Oh, whoa, 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 DC.
Step back, lad. Step back.
But also, I don't know if I don't get a joke. MVP keeps referring to Cannonier as Kevin Hart. I don't get the reference.
I heard it in the press conference. I was thinking, I was like, let me rewind that because I was thinking, oh, I must have just heard it wrong. Yeah, because he doesn't look anything like Kevin Hart, and he's not short either.
And then he did it again when he was speaking to the UFC weighing collective. And I was like, huh? And he said it again. And I was like, what? Where's this come from? What? I don't get it.
If anyone has a clue what MVP is talking about, calling or referring to Cannonier as Kevin Hart, please let us know in the comments because we're stumped.
Yeah, random. I don't see it. I don't get it. But yeah. Please help us out.
Inside
And
joke.
then obviously press conference was last night. That was interesting. I mean, obviously I threw it out there where I was like, I don't get why it's in Chicago. Where's the link? But
Yeah,
wow, what an atmosphere! They were rowdy.
exactly. They say, was it the when was the last time they had it in Chicago? It seems like they've been starved a bit for a while and they've just got it
Must
for the
be.
first time.
Yeah, must be. They were rowdy and like DDP was having fun with the crowd. Hamza, it was a very pro Hamzat crowd, but I think DDP put them in their place by the end because
Yeah,
they were obviously so loud at the start that they wouldn't. DDP couldn't even speak. And then as every question got asked, the crowd got lower and lower and lower in terms of the boos. And then DDP called them out. Was like, "Yo, if you're gonna come with that energy, stay with that energy. 50% of you have already fallen off already." And I was like, "It's true." He was definitely his ears were wide open. I thought that was brilliant. And it's not like they even ranked back up to that level that they were. He called them out, and then it kind of went up by about 5%, and then dipped straight back down. I was like, "Oh wow."
it's
You know,
true.
casual paper crowd. They got called out by DDP and couldn't even react.
He plays the card well. He plays the crowd well, should I say? And I like DDP for that. He's a good entertainer. That's one thing I've found out about, and it seems to have grown in it each fight, each camp, and each time he's in front of the crowd, in front of the TV and whatnot. Oh, I loved it. I loved it. And by the end of it as well, you heard the DDP chants, and maybe they were
Yeah,
always there, but they were just
yeah,
drowned out by the fellow Khamzat followers. But one of the not the commentators, one of the media outlets asked them, Khamzat, this is America. Like, are you surprised that you've got this much following here? Khamzat just like, no, everybody loves me in America, and it's true. People love him everywhere. We saw.
yeah.
I remember a couple of years ago when you sent the clips of him going. It was in like Halifax, Bradford, like everywhere. People flocked. People flocked for Khamzat.
Hollymarl in Washoe, Manchester. That was
That's the one.
crazy. That was the
That's
that
the
was the
one.
wild. That was wild. It was it was absolutely nuts for a guy who isn't even a champion, isn't from this country. Like it was crazy. Like
Exactly.
yeah, I've never seen anything like it. Honestly, it was just nuts. It was nuts. And then obviously, looking at his social media following, I think that's this week it's gone over the 10 million mark. So I think now, that's
Stop.
official superstardom when you hit those numbers and you're a fighter, and that's again like I touched on, without a belt, without ever being a champion, with this being his first title shot, and
This is
he's
it.
hitting those numbers. That's a
Come on,
superstar
Khamzat.
right there. Uh,
Come on, mate.
Imagine what happens if he does what he did to Rob.
I think, and I'm not even exaggerating, I think we're getting into, and not the same territory of Conor McGregor, but I think that'll come into the next star that the UFC has seen since Conor McGregor. If
Mm,
Khamzat does what he did to Rob, to DDP, my world, the internet will go into breakdown and everybody would just be, yeah, the sport. I think it'll be good for the sport of MMA because I don't think we've seen that in a long, long time. And Khamzat has that effect on people.
yeah,
Um,
it would hit a new level. It would be crazy. And yeah, I think if he does something like that and it's viral and it's violent and it's just what the heck, like if he makes it look easy, if he cuts through DDP like a hot knife through butter, then yeah, he's bigger than Ilya. He's bigger than Islam for me.
yeah,
That's the
definitely.
gold standard right now. Those two.
Yeah,
If Hamzat does anything near that level, it's yeah, he's the face.
he is the
Just
face.
he is the face, which would be crazy. Um, Also, I was just going to go very quickly back to Lerone Murphy. With the
Yeah,
the collective in the weigh-in show, they touched on if he wins, in their opinion, does he get the title shot? I think three out of the four of them said he just needs to win. But I can't remember who, but one of them at the end said, no, he does. My sentiment, he doesn't just need to win. He needs to win it. He needs to get a knockout. He needs to look good. He needs to do it. He needs to do something. And I think I'm going to underscore that because I was watching a couple of days ago Israel Adesanya's prediction for the card, and obviously he's invested.
Okay.
You know, it's he's highly invested. Gets on with DDP now, but he's given his predictions with his brother. And effectively, when it got to co-main, I was like, "That's what That's what I've been trying to say." He got to Lerone and Pico, and he's not familiar with Lerone Murphy. And then his brother was like, "Yo, he's undefeated." Had to start schooling him on his record, and he went, "I probably haven't seen any of his clips because he hasn't gone viral because he's not knocking people out." And I was like, "That's my point." And if a UFC athlete, and I don't think he was being disrespectful in saying that, but if a UFC legend, Hall of Famer, already in the Hall of Fame, and a former champion is saying, "I'm not familiar with his work," and I know a little bit about Pico, but I don't really know about Lerone Murphy. And his brother, he's got to start schooling him on Lerone Murphy's record and so on. And I think his brother, first clip he showed of him, and I knew he would. I thought first clip will be Murphy versus Barbosa. Then he shows that to the brother, and his brother, Israel's like, "Oh man, this must have been a sleeper fight," and the brother's like, "No, it happened." And that was new to Israel, like what he did to Barbosa. So I was like, "That's what I've been trying to say. That's my point." And as much as we don't want it to be, we want it to be fully based on merit. It is effectively a bit of a popularity contest. And in terms of the popular stakes, Lerone still needs to do a bit more, unfortunately.
Yeah, he does. He does. And I agree with you there. It's unfortunate because I think people should look past, the highlights and should study the game. But hey, you can't expect that of people. It's an entertainment business. TKO took over both them and WWE because they're kings of entertainment. This is what we want to see. This is what people pay pay-per-view for, is for these finishes. And I think, as we said before in the preview, if you haven't seen it, go check it out. Lerone's starting to understand and he's starting to let that character out. And I think the best way he does that is by letting his hands, his fists, his submission technique and his skills talk in the octagon. And yeah, I'm with you there. He does need a KO win to cement that featherweight title shot into Volkanovski. And this is a career-changing opportunity. This is everything that he's worked for, all the victories, all the hours in the gym, all the sweat and the tears. This is his chance now. And I think, and I hope anyway, the culmination of experience and the culmination of lessons learned he can see now, and he can find an opportunity to put out Pico's lights, because hey, the whole of Manchester, all of the UK want to see it. And I think it would make for a new refreshing shake up in the featherweight division.
Definitely. Technical question: do I need to flip my camera around, by the way, or is it okay like this?
I think it's all right like that. I think it'll look better if it's flipped around. Are you able to do that?
Let me have a quick. Is that better?
Oh, there you go. We see
Flipping
more of that. We see more of that.
Flipping
That horrible shirt there that you have on. The Gooners. Is that what it is?
I wore it on purpose. Obviously, we're playing your lot on yeah.
Yes, it is.
Let me just hold on a second.
I didn't get the memo, obviously.
No,
you should have teed me up.
London forever, whatever the weather.
Nobody wants to. Come on, the boys. Right. Come on, the boys.
I didn't want to send it to you.
I would have got the shirt, the colours right on, straight off the bat.
Okay, that's technical stuff sorted out. What's that?
Oh, good. No.
All good?
All good, yeah, all good.
Cool. Right. Over onto hot new prospects. Let me see. I don't want to wreck his name. Baisanga Susurkaev.
There we go.
Wow. Dana was loving him. Loving his finish. Fought on Tuesday night. Dana White's Contender Series. I think, was he the only one who got a contract as well?
I think is it him or was it one other? Maybe it's him actually. I think it was just him. It was either him or two
He was the
people that got
only
it.
one who got a contract.
Only one. There we go.
Wow. Got the finish with a dirty teat kick. The guy, when it landed, I can't remember the opponent's name, but when the kick landed, the guy actually verbally went, "Ugh!" I don't know if you heard
Them
it. And
guts.
I was like, what?
Those guts were coming
Then
out.
he could have gone in for the follow-up shots. Instead, he just did a little hopscotch over him, like to say, yeah, he's done. And the referee was right, because the referee was already waving it off.
He knew it. He knew it. That's ridiculous. That is ridiculous. That's when you know you've got that, as the kids say nowadays, the aura. You know, he's got that about him. He just said, "Hey, he didn't even face. That's the thing. He didn't face plant, but he knew he didn't want any more." And he looked exciting in there. I'm looking forward to this chap.
Crazy. And now he's on the 319 card. Like, he's on the card tomorrow night after what he did on Tuesday.
That's crazy.
This Tuesday.
That is crazy.
Yeah, against Eric Nolan.
That's the one. I think it's crazy, that turnaround, and that's what I love about this business. That's what I love about the UFC. You know, it's not rigid like that. The guy, he's put on a performance. He called for it. Dana liked it. Dana's like, hey, why the hell will I not put you on 319? We'll find a space. I think there was a pull out actually. I think there has been a fight that's been pulled.
Bobby Green against Ferreira.
Bobby Green against, that's the one. And hey, he called the opportunity. That's the thing. Even if you don't know that something's going to happen, call for your opportunity. You've got to put your neck out there, and he's done it. Obviously, he's in the same camp as
yes, he is Khamzat's boy,
Boz.
And they were doing the camp together.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, 2-for-1. The coaches are going to get right. We're going to get double bubble this weekend now. We're going to get that bumper paycheck. And I think it's the headline prelims.
It is. It's the last fight before the main card. Crazy.
Madness.
That is
madness.
That is a platform and a half.
That's it. I think they say, was it one of the quickest turnarounds? I think
one of the quickest for me was it's got to be. I think it's the quickest. Didn't Khamzat had the previous quickest turnaround, didn't he?
Yeah, it was Khamzat and then Kevin Holland as well that had a very quick turnaround before that as well. So,
but this is come on Tuesday to Saturdays with Dick. Come on.
Yeah, that's
different gravy. Different gravy. And Eric Nolan, not to be fair, he fired some cheeky shots in the press conference. he said, well, he called them butt brothers.
Yeah, he did. Oh, I like that.
And he was like, yeah, but you ain't Khamzat. And I was like, oh, okay. So he's not just there to take part. He backed himself.
It's very true, and I love that. And I don't think Khamzat properly heard what he was saying, but Khamzat obviously he talked for his boy. He was just like, "Hey, this guy's better than me." I think that's what he said.
He did. He said he's better than me. Yeah, I heard that. I was like, "Whoa."
That's a big statement. That's a big statement. He's bursting onto the scene in a better way than Mick Richards was for the England squad. I'll tell you that, Mick
Richards bursting onto the scene. But that's crazy. But I was very observant, and then I thought, hold on a minute. I saw the watch that was on Susurkaev's wrist, and I went, hold on a minute. You've just got your first UFC contract. That ain't no Casio. That ain't no Apple Watch. That ain't no standard watch. He was wearing a $250,000 Patek. And I was like, what? So I don't know if he's rocking a fake, but because my eyes aren't that good. But we all know in that part of the world, if you're doing well, a certain warlord is gonna bless you and bless you and bless you.
Hey, he's not lying. He also has rich friends. Obviously, Khamzat said he's here just for the money. Show me the money.
Armin is in that collective. Armin gifted it. Maybe he was sparring with Armin, and Armin gifted it to him. Or it might be Armin's watch. Armin might have went, look, you're going on TV, first press conference. Here you go, my boy. You don't know. But I was watching, and I started watch shopping, and then I saw wow, and then I saw what DDP had a Rolex Sky Dweller. I was like, boom, that's about 20K, 25K. I said, how's the champion? How's this guy got to watch the 10 times the amount of the price of the champion of the world?
Shy,
Crazy,
shy,
crazy,
shy, shy, shy. Stunting,
stunning,
stunting profiling. You know, and
massive.
fair play to him. Hey, it gives it all part of the character, all part of his personality, and it looks like this guy has personality. You know, it doesn't seem like he speaks English that well, but
He tried.
in
He
the
tried.
but in the press conference, yeah, he
Yeah,
tried.
yeah,
He tried. He just got basically like, yeah, you're getting smashed, lad.
yeah,
You're
yeah.
getting smashed. But
Crazy.
this Eric Dolan doesn't seem to be a slouch at all. When Dana did the press conference, well, not did the press conference, but did his announcements on his Instagram live and saying, "Okay, this is it, guys." He showed that Nolan's had like three fights, three KOs or three stoppages, should I say, in a row.
Okay.
And Cage Rage, I think, not Cage Rage, yeah, Cage Fury, I think it is in the States.
Mm.
This guy looks like a finisher as well, and he's obviously taken the opportunity, and this is his chance of a lifetime as well. So I think we're going to be in for a good fight here, but all eyes are on Baisanga, that's for sure.
Oh, yeah, Baisanga. I mean, look, he's 9-0. He's middleweight, never lost, 8 wins by knockout, 7 rounds, seven first round finishes, and I think his average time in the cage is like, yeah, it is 3 minutes.
Chai,
Yo,
chai. Just KOing. No submissions, just KOing heads.
he's just finishing bodies. So yeah,
That is insane.
eight wins by knockout. His nickname's the Hunter.
I'm like craving out here. Yeah, the guys, let us know what you think of Baisanga and what you expect from him in this upcoming 319 and in the future,
Crazy. And
because
Khamzat saying he's better than him.
scary.
And if Khamzat, yo, bro, you better be careful. He's in your division.
it's, it's true.
That is crazy. So yeah, if he's gunning for a champion, he'll be gunning for Hamza at some point. So yeah, I don't know if they're gonna come up, but if he's everything we want him to be, are their paths gonna cross, or is Hamza, Hamza's obviously making noises about jumping around divisions and stuff and being a multi-division champion, or are we getting too excited? Are we getting too ahead of the curve with for Baisanga?
Uh, I think we are, but hey, I think we have to be because the whole world is talking about him. Dana White, if Dana White is talking about you like that, then everybody needs to pay attention because this guy is he's undefeated. He's stopping everybody apart from one. It doesn't when it gets to this high level fights. Those things don't come. They're not that natural. They're not that natural. It's natural to be undefeated. You can be undefeated, but to have that level of KOs and finish rates is unbelievable. And if you have a reference from one of the best that there is, and potentially a champion come Sunday, then yeah, I think we've got to get excited about him. I think you've got to start matching him up with some of these other middleweights or comparing him against these other middleweights and seeing, hey, does he stand tall?
Mm.
When he was in that ring in the Contender Series, he was even doing. I saw the slaps that he was doing. I think he hit my guy with one of the slaps, and then his striking looked all right. I was like,
Yeah,
okay,
saw that.
brilliant.
Yeah, I had to rewind. I thought, hold on a minute, was that open-handed? Because when you're like, huh?
One of the Diaz brothers.
The
Bam!
Stockton slap has
Stockton.
come back.
That's the one. The Stockton slap.
Oh,
So yeah,
crazy.
I think, and he's got the opportunity of a lifetime now to put on a show. If he does what he did on Tuesday, on Saturday night, Sunday morning, yeah, he'll be getting himself another one of them protects real soon.
No, but yeah, looking forward to seeing what he does. I think if he can deliver, then yeah, we'll open up a little series about Baisanga and go back into the archives and watch his old fights and really dissect what he's all about. But yeah, right now we're excited. We're
Yeah,
excited, but we'll jump on the hype train and see how he does in the real thing. Obviously, talking about hype train, friend of the show. I think what's happening with Shanelle Dyer.
yes.
Is she on, is DW, is Dana White's Contender Series also confirmed for her? And if so, when?
Correct. Yes, you're right. Shanelle Dyer, the nightmare, Shanelle Dyer. If people don't know, Shanelle Dyer is a hot prospect from the UK. She's a 6-0 pro fighting. Normally she fights at flyweight, but I believe she'll be fighting at strawweight if I'm not mistaken. She is booked to be on Dana White's Contender Series this season. Which week? I believe it might be week 4. I'll need to fact check that just to be sure. But yeah, she's confirmed. You know, she's not fought, and you did a great interview with her. You went down to GB Top Team a couple of months ago. If you've not seen that, guys, go on our YouTube page, go on our Instagram page, and see the clips and see the whole interview, because it's really really intriguing. And she talked about that she's not fought for, was it coming up to a year now?
Something like that, yeah.
Is that what it is? You know, and
Yeah.
you know, she was at the PFL. The PFL, obviously, the you know, the number 2 MMA outlet promotion there worldwide. And whatever happened, I don't know if she'd completed a contract there or it was by mutual agreement, but that relationship had stopped, and she was supposed to have been in the final of the PFL European tournament last year. She had to pull out due to injury, and her opponent went on to win it.
The
And
Polish
obviously
girl.
the Polish girl,
She's
Paulina.
that Polish girl, yeah. We've seen her fight a few times now. Absolute beast. And was it
And I would have loved,
Scatizzi? She smashed up in the final.
yeah, that's the one, Scatizzi,
Yeah.
yeah. And I would have loved to see them two match up. But yeah, we've not seen Shanelle since last year, and I think I think this is the opportunity that probably does make sense that she's waited for this long to do. So I'm really excited to see Shanelle come out there on the world stage.
Yeah, no, same. A lot of talent. I think I was pretty confident that she was going to win that tournament, to be fair. Although the Polish girl is super impressive. I thought Chanel had it in the bag. If you look at her last few performances in the PFL, absolute beautiful striker, vicious with it as well. Absolute super vicious. And I know, from the interview, as you mentioned, she's just been in the trenches, just sharpening her tools. Even when I went down, she was at the top team, and then she was going to a different part of London for separate boxing training, and then she had another session in the evening, and that's with nothing booked. Similar to Lerone Murphy, where she just lives that life. She stays ready. That's the vibe I was getting. Where even in off season, she ain't off, and then I think off the back of meeting her, she just come back from Thailand as well. Was out there for a little bit again, training. She absolutely loves Thailand,
Yes,
and is out there as much as possible as well. Again, sharpening her tools. So she's just a student of the game, honestly.
completely. That's it. And yeah, just to confirm, yeah, so she's on week 5 of Dana White's Contender Series, which I believe will be September the 9th. And she'll be there facing another opponent that looks quite tough, 8-1, Carol Foro. I'm not too sure about her background specifically, but if you've seen Shanelle fight, you know that she's a banger. Her striking is on point. Her hands are lethal. Her kicks are lethal. And I believe it might have been in the semi-final last year, and she was against I think it was Marina. It was a Georgian lady, and my word, she kicked the head off this girl. She kicked the head off this girl. You would have seen the clips going viral. Oh, it was a nasty kick, and she shut that computer down standing. The girl was against the fence and just it was silly. It was silly. Shanelle Dyer, if you don't know,
Get to
jeez.
know. Get to know. And I'm confident. I'm confident she's going to do something disgusting on DWCS. I think she'll take it. She's also someone that just gives me no element of being nervous or every time I see her perform, it's always like she doesn't have an off night. That's what I mean, because she just stays on. Every time I've seen her fight, even in amateurs, I'm like, wow, this girl's just vicious. She wants it so bad. She does nothing else. Although, you know, she eats McDonald's and other crap like that, but everyone's got their vices. I'm just had a flashback to where she's like, we were talking about McDonald's, and I was like, I don't eat that. And she's like, oh, I love a cheeky McDonald's,
Yeah.
but she's absolutely vicious with it. And yeah, she's someone who, yeah, she needs now to just rocket ship to the top. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
And she's been unlucky, I'd say, the last couple of years where she hasn't been fighting as frequently as she should be. And 100, I think it's well over a year now. It might be a year and a half. If I'm thinking about the PFL semi-finals, I think it might have been like April last year.
I think so. I think it was. So she fought September. So her last fight was September last year. So yeah, it's coming up to.
So it's a year. Yeah.
Yeah, coming up to a year basically. But yeah, as you say, people can say, oh, 6-0, is that too early to be going on to Dana White's Contender Series? But I think for a woman, especially the flyweight division, I think they need more fighters. She has 4 finishes out of those 6, 4 wins by KO. And she's fought on some of the biggest European stages. Obviously, she's fought in the PFL all over Europe. She's fought in Aries, got a win in Aries. She's fought
she was
in
an amateur. She fought for England. I remember they got her when she was an amateur, and I remember seeing her coached by like Molly McCann and others. They were all there while she was in the England squad. We're talking like, you know, before she was a pro.
4 nations.
So she's been sharpened by a good iron as well.
That's the one. And talking about that, the amateur she fought, the likes of Shauna Bannon, who is a UFC. She's three fights now in the UFC. Even though she lost to her amateurs, that's a good experience. You know, she's fought Ivana Petrovic as well. She's now in the UFC as well. She used to be Airways flyweight champion. Wow. She's now in the UFC. I think she's had 2 coming up to 3 fights now in the UFC as well. And again, as you said, in the amateur, she's been sharpening those tools. And she's only young, Shanelle. She's only young, but she's a young experienced fighter, should we say? Yeah. And I think now this is the stage for her. Yeah,
no, super excited, and one I'm looking forward to seeing, for sure. Fully behind you, Shanelle.
That's it. Let's go, girl. Let's go.
Lovely jubbly. Wicked. Any other snippets from the week? Any comments?
I think we've not seen a lot. I mean, in the press conference, we didn't see much of him, but obviously the MVP kind of near fight. I think it's well, I'm looking forward to it. As you said, it could be, as you said, one of those Izzy kind of ones that comes out. But people love MVP. People love him. He got that pop. He got that pop in Chicago in the presses. He got a pop, yeah.
He did get a pop despite the random Kevin Hart line, yeah. So yeah, just need someone to get in the comments and break that down for us, because I don't get it.
That's it. There was one person I wanted to talk about as well. Actually, he's going to be fighting this week in Dana White's Contender Series. It's Louis Lee Scott, and he is fighting out of Manchester top team bantamweight, training with the likes of Lewis McGrillen, Jonas Magard. You know, these guys are at the top of their level in their promotions as well. Obviously, Lewis McGrillen is the European champion for PFL Europe, and Jonas Shark, he's the former 2-time Octagon bantamweight title as well. Louis Lee Scott he started off at Muay Thai. He was coached by Liam Harrison over at Bad Company that we went to. He's from Leeds, but now resides in Manchester. He's 9-0 as a pro. 9-0 with 5 KOs, 2 submission wins as well. So he's a finisher. Again, he's fought at APFC, the Anthony Pettis show. He's fought in Aries, and he's the Aries he was the Aries bantamweight title, and they stripped him because I don't know why they stripped him. That was a farce as well. And this guy he's sharp. He is sharp. He's taken scalps as well, so he'll be fighting this coming week after UFC 319. So if you don't know, take a look at him, and I expect him to get a finish, and to get a contract.
Sick. And then we've been shouting about a few incoming fight announcements. I haven't heard anything. So obviously Lewis McGrillen, he's put a few jokey Was it Gorgonites? In reference to small soldiers and a certain opponent. Is it Colin?
Yeah, Keelan Lochran, yeah.
Keelan Lochran, yeah. That's the one everyone's kind of waiting on that to be, locked and sealed. So waiting on that. Shem as well. He's been putting out noises saying announcement coming soon. What's the noise there? Is the noise we're talking easy money? What's the noise there?
Do you know, in all honesty, I love Shem. We both love Shem. He's a friend of the show as well. I was thinking, oh well, that's going to be. They're probably not going to give him that fight because it's going to be too early for him. But Shem is another one of these guys that he's a star already. I think he's going to enter the UFC already a star. Obviously, given the fact that he's a scouser as well and his backstory, that's probably not even taking his backstory into account. But people know him worldwide. He gets a lot of controversy, whether it's good or bad, on Instagram as well.
Yeah.
So it might still be a stretch for him to get that, but I think a Matt Frevola, that could be very much realistic. And then I think number 2 fight could well be easy money there. So I expect him to be running in those rankings soon.
And what are we saying, Abu Dhabi? Because it feels like they've wrapped up the Paris card. I think even you mentioned Shauna Bannon before. She's on that card. I think there's another
nice.
5 UK and Irish fighters in total on the card. Shauna's one of them. Didn't see Shem's name on the list. So are we saying Abu Dhabi for Shem's debut?
I think so. Yeah, will that be October, Abu Dhabi?
October, yeah.
October. Yeah, I think that's probably going to be.
That's a fight night as well, I believe.
Yes. Yeah, I think that's it. We've tried our best to get some news. Obasagi was there last time we spoke to Shem in person. He was there poking and prodding, trying to get a bit of news there from him. But when it's ready,
like I said, we love him. He gave us the first interview since he'd signed. So we've got to take what we're giving in that regards. But I've been poking this week as well in the comments. That's why I posted what I posted. I was poking again, thinking he'd give me something, and he just gave me a love heart. So love heart back, Shem. But I wanted more than a bloody love heart. Do you know what I mean?
What a guy, Shem Rock.
Same with Lewis. Lewis just gave me a little emoji. So friends of the show. Come on, I thought we were friends. Digging for that off the press exclusive, which tells me either they've been told they can't say nothing yet, or the ink hasn't quite dried because the opponent hasn't signed the ting. So still waiting. That's it.
And obviously that's the UFC there. Well, obviously as well at the UFC, it seems Kennedy Freeman is out of the fight. Well, her opponent pulled out. Actually, should I say? Let me make that clear. Her opponent pulled out of the fight first, and then I think they both agreed that okay, let's just leave it out because I think maybe she's nursing a few things as well. But I think it's her opponent that initially pulled out first, which is it's not nice to see. Obviously, again, friend of the show, we've been backing it for a long time. It was her long-awaited debut. But I think we just have to push that a little bit further, hopefully into this year still. But she had a tough 3 fights last year, very tough 3 fights. Ended the year in a great way as the Cage Warriors bantamweight women's title holder. But we still look forward to that. We'll need to get up to Newcastle soon, as you said. So, yeah.
Yeah, no, definitely. So, wishing you all the best, Kennedy, on a full recovery. And yeah, I think it's 3 fight camps, all those fights were absolute battles as well, if you recall, and we were there at all of them. And although she's a star, she's not going out and start, at that weight you're not starching people in 30 seconds or a minute, and you've got to persevere a little bit to get get through and see the other side, which she did every single time with grit and determination and skill. But wow, they weren't easy fights, and I recall, some of those past 5 interviews, she was battered and bruised and hands were injured and, all sorts. But 3 fights in a year at that level, ended up as champion. Not surprised the body's probably going, look, need a bit of a break, need a bit of a recharge, but she's going to come. She'll come in hard. She'll come back strong for sure.
There we go.
And then, go on, mate.
I think we just go back to Lewis McGrillen. Yeah, obviously we've got there's a PFL, another PFL France card coming up towards the end of September in
Nantes. Yeah,
Nance,
yeah.
that's the one. I was thinking, how do you pronounce it? But there you go, Nance. So I think hopefully that's the news McGrillen will give. If not, hopefully it's another Manchester card. But I think they've already given where they're going to be this year, to be honest. So
Yeah, yeah,
hopefully we'll see him in Nance.
yeah, definitely. Oh, if it had been in Manchester, wow, 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 wow.
Wow. That's
Yeah, the pop would have been absolutely unbelievable.
indeed. Soon come though. Soon come. We've been
Yeah,
talking to
for
some of
sure,
the.
for
We
sure.
spoke to some of the higher ups there, didn't we, last time? So hopefully
We did
we'll hear
indeed.
something about that soon.
We did indeed. Paul Hughes. There you go. More news. I feel like we kind of got the semi-exclusive there in our last couple of chats with him with the duck,
Yeah.
which we reminded him about, and he had to go back into the arena in Leon. No, was it Leon? Was it? Yeah, it was Leon to get the duck, which he
Yeah.
was waving at the camera. Yeah, that's confirmed.
Yes, it is. That is, and hey, and that's a good rematch. That first fight, woo! That first fight against Usman Nurmagomedov. That was a really good fight. That was a
Yeah,
really good fight. I think that's probably the hardest fight Usman has been in, probably since his pro career started.
I
And
agree. Yeah,
and at first I was thinking it's too much. It's too much for Paul to handle. But no, he handled it well, and people say he won the fight. People say he won the fight. I've not watched it back yet, so I think I need to watch it back and see it again. But yeah, this one again in Dubai, October. This is going to be a banger as well. So yeah, Paul Hughes, what are you thinking about that one?
yeah. No, I'm excited. Again, I thought it was. I agree with everything you said. I think it was Usman's hardest fight. Paul Hughes has got some really good momentum off the back of his performance in Belfast, which was. I rewatched. I rewatched the footage that we got from that night, and I'm like, that might be the biggest pop I've ever heard in an arena.
Yeah,
His walkout song, the build up, the use it. When I think about it all and I just package it, I'm like, that was exceptional.
why did I forget about that? That was crazy.
That
That
was
was absolutely
exceptional.
crazy.
Yeah,
It was,
yeah,
yeah, and that one. And to be honest, let's do some comparisons because that was that one, and then we had the next one we had was
Patrick.
um, Patrick Cabuora in
Yeah,
Belgium
yeah,
against Dan. It was
yeah,
very similar,
yeah.
very similar.
I'll give it to Hughesy though.
Do you get Tuesday? Fair
Yeah.
play.
Plus, he had I can't remember the artist's name, but he had an artist who
Oh
came
yeah,
out and did
live.
the live performance, and the crowd knew the song and sang it word for word, and it just added to the atmosphere. I remember just looking around, and everyone's phones were like that, but everyone was still in the moment, and they were singing along to the song at the same time, whilst trying to capture the moment at the same time, as opposed to just
Yeah,
doing that and saying nothing. Like the whole arena was engaged and captivated in that moment, and then the
yeah.
Hughesy bit, and then even the little bit in the middle where it calmed down a bit, but it was still, I mean, off the chain when he walks down to the ring, and it's Nipsey Hussle
Nipsey.
flipping it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That was a bit of class.
come on, just everything about it, honestly. And yeah, Belfast was a survival war. It was like, I loved it. It was, Game of Thrones, everything that we did in between. I was like, yo, Belfast is awesome. It felt like Miami. The weather was incredible. Oh yeah. No, I think in terms of like being there, live atmosphere, that might be my number one. I'm trying to think of even a concert where it comes to that level. That's what I'm saying. I'm comparing
That's
it to like
crazy.
concerts as well, because it was
Chai.
that loud.
The pop
And
was good.
I don't want to start name dropping, but I've been to some sick concerts, some sick festivals. It's up there, honestly, in terms of atmosphere and anticipation and like feeling like goosebumps whilst being there live, like thinking, "Whoa, this is something special." Oh, so like he said,
Chai.
I think he called it. He gave us the exclusive. He said, "Yo, I will beat him out in Dubai, and I'll bring the rematch back home to like this." Talking about like Windsor Park or Croke Park, like a stadium. Oh my god, I need to be there. I need
Yes.
to be there.
100%. 100%. That would
So
sell out.
to
And I
feel
believe
that
him.
I'm fully back. I know as a media, you're meant to be unbiased. I'm fully back in poor Hughes to get that belt so we can be there for the trilogy match in Ireland, Northern Ireland.
Yeah, yeah, that would be so sick. And that's it, guys. If you don't know, we cover some of the biggest events in Europe in MMA, and I truly believe MMA is going to be one of the world's biggest sports very, very, very soon. Especially, it might not be the same in the US, but in Europe, just the pop and the crowd interaction, the atmospheres, it's crazy here. It is crazy, and I would encourage anybody in the States or further afield, get yourself down to the to the UK, to Ireland, to somewhere in Paris, France, anywhere in Europe.
Definitely.
It's something different. It's special.
Yeah, and for me, it's. I think you called out those two countries there. It's France or Ireland for me. Who has the loudest and the wildest fans? France is special as well. The Irish are absolute wonderful people, absolute nutters. I genuinely don't know. And then who else gets a pop? Yeah, that's going to be another pop in France. Lazy King gets a massive pop. Cedric Doumbé's the pop when Cedric. That's what I'm saying. Like France, especially as well, it's crazy. Cedric Doumbé's pop.
Jordan.
So, but Paul Hughes is up there. So if not number
Yes.
one, so yeah, I need to sample all of them again in the next few months so I can reassess my rankings between Ireland and France.
There we go. There we go. Let's see. Keep watching, because we'll be bringing you that content for sure. To King's Court MMA YouTube channel, King's Court MMA Instagram, yeah, everywhere.
We are global. We are
Sure.
globals. But yeah, please engage, leave the comments, subscribe. We reply to all comments. Send us
Yes.
an email. Yeah, all our information is out there. Share the channel. We're here. This is what we do. It's just the two of us. We're not part of any big conglomerate or anything like that. Or we're not sponsored or partnered up with anything like that. And yeah, it's just Obasogi and Mardi, as you can see on camera. We run things around here. So yeah, get involved. Get involved.
Let's go. And if you see us about, come say hi. Come say hi.
Definitely.
We'll
Definitely.
speak to you guys for sure.
Definitely. But
Sweet.
yeah, I'm predicting I think it's going to be an interesting game on Sunday. Obviously, I'm an Arsenal fan. Marty there's Man United. Premier League starts this weekend. Starts tonight, actually.
Tonight.
Is it Liverpool, Bournemouth, or Bournemouth, Liverpool? Whatever the order is, I don't know. Is it Anfield?
I'm not even too sure.
Don't even know.
I'm not
But
too
all I know
sure.
is our game is at your gaff, Old Trafford, the waterfalls of Manchester on Sunday.
The
Yo,
cheek.
yo,
What are you predicting?
I just want us to smash you. I want us to smash you, like properly smash you, like 3-0. I want us to really like just give you no hope for the rest of the season. I need to see the Jokeres, the player who didn't want to. I was born in the dark. I need to see that celebration. But yeah,
Big.
anyway, let's not get all tribal. We're one team, one dream around here.
That's it.
But
Yeah,
yo,
about to just separate us.
get in the comments. Let us know if Premier League, if you're excited. We don't cover football, but the banter is there. It's an undertone. Let us know who your
That's
team
it.
is, who your club is. If you're excited about this season, what players your club has signed, and yeah, we'll
Yeah.
get involved in the banter.
There we go. There we go. Much love, Lan. Love you guys. Thank you.
Peace. Right, that's it. That was a bit of a 319 wrap up. A little bit of a cover in terms of the future with Shanelle. Shanelle, wishing you
Yes.
all the best. And excited to see.
Yes.
I've already forgotten his name, but Khamzat's
Sorry.
guy.
Khamzat. Oh yeah, Baisanga. Yeah.
Yeah, excited to see what Baisanga can do. On probably the quickest turnaround ever. But yeah, excited. But yeah, I'm your guy Obasogi.
Yes. I'm your guy Mardi.
Over and out. Stay blessed. Peace.
Peace.